Well, Saratoga Preschool says they're making lemonade out of lemons. Literally, if you went to Travers Weekend, you might have seen a group of teachers and students selling lemonade across the street from the race course.
They're raising money after police say a drunk driver rammed his truck into their school back in June, forcing them to relocate and replace their materials. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the crash.
CBS 6's Tom Eschen in Saratoga tonight to show us how they're doing and how the community is responding.
The Beagle School is such a special place, and it's more than a preschool. You know, we're the first stop for a lot of families when their child starts school.
In addition to its Regent Street location, for 30 years, the Beagle School has rented the Christian Science Church on Circular Street up until June 30th.
We were out in the kitchen having dinner. It was and heard this big boom. And my wife said, "Ooh, that sounds like an accident." And so I came out right away and saw the truck is smashing and replaced.
So they say the driver came up around there across the street, hitting a pole across the street, and that's when he turned here towards this church, fitting in between the big tree and the church. There's one column there. There's one column he hit on his way through before eventually hitting the building, which sparked a fire. You can still see some of the charred remains of the wood on this side. As for everything that ended up on the inside of this property, most of it was damaged and unusable moving forward.
We will be putting out a lot of money that insurance couldn't cover in replacing toys, art supplies. You'd be amazed at how expensive and how quickly that all adds up.
To help cover the cost, Audrey Moore, a former student herself, helped start a lemonade stand at the race course. Over 2 weekends, they raised about $3,000.
It got me thinking about making lemons into lemonade, and just this was obviously a lemon for our school.
We would have groups of guys in their 20s go, I went to Beagle School.
Saratoga Children's Theater has stepped up to allow them to use this space to rent over the course of this upcoming year. As for the church, neighbor Dennis Donnelly has stepped up too, hosting the congregation's gatherings.
My wife volunteered and said, "You could use our space. We have a piano in the front room." And so, in fact, they got it tuned.
A positive note after a devastating crash. The future does remain uncertain for the structure and the people who used it, but they hope the community will continue to rally for such an impactful place for so many. Reporting from the Spa City, Tom Eschen, CBS 6 News.